Welcome to Off Track on Budget. My name is Will, and this is what we're going to be turning into the ultimate budget tourer. This here is a 1998 Toyota Prado 90 series. It's done about 350,000 Ks. Bought it for about $4.5 grand, and we'll walk around the vehicle. I'll show you what we've done. So let's start with the front of this thing. So it's got a PS4x4 bull bar on it that came with the car when I bought it, and I've managed to get a UHF here. So this is a Uniden UHF. I'll put that on there. Not quite sure on the DBI of this antenna. You might be able to see just up here, we've actually had a light bar put on and a roof rack. So that I've done that myself. So the story behind this roof rack and light bar, I actually picked it up from some guy on Facebook Marketplace for a case of beer. So it only cost me 50-60 bucks. It came with the light bar and the roof rack. It's not in the best condition. It's got a bit of rust, a few little issues here and there, but we made it fit. Attached to that, we have the King's 270-degree freestanding awning. That's perfect. Nothing better than one of these awnings. Yeah, super easy to pack up. It is quite large though. Fuel economy does sort of take a hit when you have one of these on, but it's not the end of the world. As you can see, I can set this thing up in about 30 seconds all by myself. Very handy, and you might be able to see I've got some lights under here that I bought from King's as well. Pretty cheap and just something easy to have some light while you're camping. Moving to the rear of the vehicle, we've got an Aussie Traveller wheel bag here, which is just a basic one that I bought from the Full Drive show this year. Inside of that, I've got a little 20-litre Kmart bin. Fits pretty well inside, and just the max tracks mounted to the back. And this is where the magic happens. Inside of here, I've got a full pull-out kitchen and fridge. As you can see here, it's got everything I need. I've got a full stove top. All my kitchen supplies are just in here, and then all my pantry stuff's there. I've also got two pull-out drawers here. One's for cutlery, one's for some other basics. But yeah, I built this myself back in year 12. This is my major project. We can go more in depth another time. Still needs refining. Haven't completely finished it. As you can see, still just raw plywood for most of it. And need to build a wing kit, so I have a 12-volt system out here. At the moment, this is pretty good. Pretty happy with it, and super convenient for camping. Stovetop super easy to use. Basically, just take this out like that, and you can see all put together. And yeah, just like a kitchen stovetop, electric start, all pretty basic. It runs on LPG. Just like that, all packed away, ready to drive off. Moving around to the driver's side of the vehicle, as you can see, we have a Sandheimer shower tent here. Now, shout out to Built Prado here. I was lucky enough to win an Instagram giveaway and got this one for free from him, which is pretty cool. At the moment, you can see the awning just clashes with it. So I only just set this up a few days ago. So I will be changing the way this looks and where it's set up. But at the moment, it's pretty cool. It still works, just a bit touchy with the awning on as well. We'll also point out that I've got some 120 series rims here. So these aren't the rims that came with this car. The rims that came with the model above. And the shoes for those ones, these are the Goodrich All Terrain TA KO2s. So I'll be replacing these soon. They're pretty worn out. G'day again. Moving to the interior of the vehicle. We have some Iron Williams seat covers. We had to actually cut out some seat belts. My mum gave me a hand with those because there's no seatbelt holes for these seat covers, so we custom those. Other than that, pretty basic in the back here. You've got an air compressor just sitting in a bag. Moving to the front of this vehicle, you can kind of start to see why I got this thing pretty cheap. All the dash and the interior is pretty rooted, pretty scratched up, and that's why most of it in the back has been taken out. But in the cab here, we've got, it's a manual, so we've got a full manual shifter. Obviously got a high range, low range gearbox. Other than that, UHF up the front here, and I've also put in a Sony head unit with some 6-inch Sony speakers that I had sitting in a cupboard, which I figured would be a nice little upgrade as the old head unit didn't even work. Those who know me know it wouldn't be one of my cars if it didn't have hot wheels on the dash. So you can see I've got a small little four-wheel drive collection on the dash here, also with a phone mount, just to make it easy when I'm driving. It's been a few days since I filmed my last shot. I forgot I sort of didn't really talk much about the car itself and why I bought it. So the car is a Prado 90 from 1998. It's with RV6 trim model, so it comes with cloth seats and wind-up windows, just the basic stuff. will never break. Also, usually trimmed in either the V6 or a diesel. The diesel was too expensive, so the reason why I chose Prado in general, it was cheap. I got it for the right price. 4.5 grand was good for me. It's like did the rear main seal and stuff. You'll be seeing more of that next episode. I've got a full video of me doing all the maintenance to this car. It's got a solid axle rear, which is really good for off-roading, and still IFS front, which is really much better for touring. That way it doesn't roll around so much, a little bit easier on the road. Prados are a pretty good car coming down from the Land Cruiser. Obviously, it's a lower sort of spec model than the Land Cruiser. It's still slimmer and a little bit less aggressive, and obviously a little bit more affordable, which is what I'm after. But in saying that, if I'm coming from the Land Cruiser, it's still very reliable. Got the good V6 and stuff. Most of the driveline components are all pretty solid as well. I bought this one in particular because it was a manual. I didn't want an auto. The autos in these aren't that great. They're reliable, but they're a bit of a slush box. I was looking for a wagon. I was torn between a Hilux and a Prado. The Hiluxes were a bit above in terms of the price range, but the wagons were right down in that good sort of range for me. And a wagon means I can do things like have the awning on there. I've built this system in the back which will only really fit into a wagon. And realistically, I think it's a little bit more comfortable for on-road and for longer trips. Living out of a ute, I've done it, and it's a little Hilux was a bit of a headache. Trying to get everything organised in the back of a single cab is not the best. So this makes it a lot easier. Everything's locked up at night. I don't have to worry about people stealing crap. It's a lot safer and a bit more convenient. So under the hood, like I said, it comes with the 5VZ FE engine. Pretty decent engine for what it is. Not too expensive, and they're pretty reliable. They do use a lot of fuel, but that's the sort of trade-off. Like between diesel and the petrol, realistically the running costs are lower once you take into account all the different servicing requirements that diesel has. This one in particular has done 250,000 Ks and had a few oil leaks when I bought it. So the valve covers were leaking and the sump was leaking. Found out the rear main seal was leaking. Next week's episode that we will go more into depth about fixing all that, because I've recorded it. I bought this car back in February. I spent months and months trying to fix it, and it's fixed now. It's all back together. So that's it. That ends this week's episode of Off Track on Budget. Come back next week when we talk about the oil leaks, and let me know what you want to see next. Thank you for watching.